Welcome back.
What up?
Yes, sir. Another episode of Clueless.
There you go, bro.
Yes, sir. Today is a full house. Full house. But again, welcome to an episode of Clueless. Before we start, make sure you guys like, subscribe, leave a comment, whatever it's negative or positive.
Pound that smash like button.
Yes, sir. Pound the like button.
We could take it.
But before we get started, real quick, please. But before we get started, we have a new guest. We're gonna introduce ourselves real quick. We got my buddy right here. I'm gonna pass the mic to him.
Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? My name's Anthony. I'm happy to be here today. And then shout out to the boys for having me today.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
what do you say? Hi, Anthony.
Hi, Anthony.
Hi.
Can you see? I don't think you can see your face, right? You probably have to go a little. Yeah, a little better. There you go. You guys know me. I'm Josh. Yeah.
No, so bro, I totally been. Nice to meet you guys. Hello.
You know me too. I'm Sal.
Yes, sir. And hey, man, full house today. Today we have a very specific topic, a very cool topic. Vulnerability. You know what I'm saying? Today we're just gonna get vulnerable. Today we're just gonna talk amongst each other, and just show you what it's like, at a life of us.
We're going to keep it 100. We're going
to keep it 100, and just talk and say facts, say truth, help each other out, and essentially help you guys out too, because you guys may be going through the same thing that they're going through, and, advice works vice versa, testimonies work vice versa, and so on and so forth. You guys got anything to say about that?
As far as vulnerability goes, I think this is probably one of the tougher topics in a sense that it's easy to say
Because we're men.
Yeah, I know for real.
Go throw some water in your face, fool, man up. They're going to be saying that. Go throw some water in your face, fool, man up, dog.
Go put some dirt on it, dude.
Yo.
It's one of those tougher topics where it's easy to say and it's easy to be superficial, because everybody hurts, but I think kind of getting to the nitty gritty into it, that's a tougher part.
Yeah,
Of course it is, bro, because
sure.
some hurt is a lot deeper than other hurt,
Yeah.
It's way
Something
deeper,
your toe
bro.
blows,
Yeah,
dude.
especially for some people who've never been through that certain hurt and it's their first time.
Yep.
Oh, bro, that feels like your world is just ending.
I agree, especially if there's
100%.
confusion.
I just think, though, like, in specific to Christianity, like, and then speaking to, whoever's watching this, and I hope this sort of relates to you guys, it's just God knows everything that's sort of going on with you, right? So there's nothing that you can really hide from. But when you're vulnerable, speaking those words out loud may be hard for, individuals, but just know that, like, God already knows sort of what's going on in your life. So allow yourself to speak out loud and to have that moment of vulnerability with God, where it's different, where it's like, yeah, he knows what you're going through and you know what you're going through. But when you're having that one-on-one conversation with God, I think it elevates your faith to a different level, a different platform. And I think overall that's what God sort of wants to do in your life, to be in tune with you. How when you get to heaven, right? The number one question we all hear from being Christians is, or at least this is what I think is, who are you? What did you do for me?
Bro, who is this guy? This guy's speaking facts already. Hey, already look.
Hey, no, but that's true though. What you're saying, bro, because I think that sometimes God just wants you to open your mouth, even though He knows your thoughts, He knows your heart, He knows what you want to say. He really wants you just to open your mouth and speak to me.
100%, bro.
Yeah.
100%. It's just, like, again, how vulnerable are you gonna be to me? How submissive are you gonna be to what I'm trying to get across to you? Which could be a number of different things, right? Because everybody's life is different. Like, your journey, what you're going through could be a lot different than what I'm going through, what he's going through.
And we can't minimize each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh.
But I think
That's
I
tough.
think through that path,
Tough.
like, all these doors begin to open up for you. And again, it's just from being open and just speaking out on it and just, having that allowing God to come forth and allow yourself to be vulnerable in those moments. Like, I think it's powerful, and I think I think it'll elevate everybody to that next step for sure.
I agree with you, bro, 100%. Because it does say the truth sets you free, and once you start being vulnerable and you start speaking out, you're letting all that. You're no longer letting it control you. It's no longer bottled in. It's it's released. It's out. So I completely agree with you 100%. And man, you went deep. I like that. That was good.
Yeah,
Nice.
two things
That was
about
fire.
that. Two things about that. One, like you were saying right now, it sets you free. It's true because the devil can't use what you're holding in against you anymore because it's already out in the open. So it's like, what can he use?
Another
What
one,
can he?
bro.
What can he use against you? You know. So it's like,
What's going
if you're
on?
like, so like if you're like a Christian but you're still smoking in the background, you know,
Right.
and
yeah.
then you confess it to
Yeah.
somebody, it's like now you're set free. Now the devil can be like, oh, but you're a smoker, so you're not worthy of being this. So it's like he can't use it against you. And then the whole submissive part, bro, I think that's actually a little controversial because most men think they don't have to be submissive, and it's not in the sense of submissive to a woman, but it's more submissive to God.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, so
bro,
if you submit under God, your woman will submit under you.
yeah.
But if you're not submitting under anything, no one will ever submit to you.
Right. Yeah. Like,
Dang.
how is God gonna? It's like a coach, right? Like you're on a team, but if you don't make yourself, submissive, and I'm not using submissive in that way or in that form, but I'm using more submissive of like this person is trying to teach. Yeah, this person is trying to teach you something, right? Trying to guide you, like like the lessons being taught in the moment. But it's like if you're not open to receiving that, then it's just like, then why are you there? Like,
Yeah.
To receive.
Yeah.
Put yourself to receive.
for sure. Like,
Yeah.
it's like when people go to therapy. God is free therapy, like to a lot of like that's what we're doing. This like,
We're talking
I
about
know,
everything.
it really
Hey,
is.
that's
It
why I
re-
use him
it
as
re-
my mentor. That's why I use him as my
Oh,
mentor,
It really
bro.
is, bro. Like
Homie's speaking facts right now. Facts
people
right
pay-
now.
No, okay.
people pay
Hey,
hundreds of
but-
dollars for that, right?
Yeah.
And they teach you lessons on how to overcome things, but it's like, God's doing that for free. Like,
I need
open
some
the
money.
word. Open the
Jesus is
word.
definitely in this room right
okay,
now.
so actually, I've been meaning to ask this question, and I know the question, and I don't know if this is cool, but again, my opinions on therapy is different, but I don't want to change the topic so much on the vulnerability. I don't know if that's cool with y'all.
Say it.
Yeah, no, because again, I think therapy is important as far as that goes. I do agree 100%. If you do see a lot, if you read the Bible and you see a lot of the commandments or a lot of the lessons that is taught, there is a lot of techniques that like therapy uses. You're 100% right. But I think that therapy is definitely important due to the fact that it teaches men, like you said, all right, just to people in general, how to open up, because it's not just for like women or men. But I think it's important, man. And do you think that Christians should take therapy?
Dang, that's a
So do you guys
one.
again?
Ooh,
Because
that's a good question,
That's not
bro.
even a general.
I gotta be careful to what I say after that.
no.
I did say God was free therapy. But again, I was speaking more in regards to like that being that vulnerable side of it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
but I 100% agree with what you're
Uh-huh.
saying, that like as humans, like we do need therapy. I think it's helpful, and like I think Christian or non-Christian, I think just seeking therapy, because again, like people go through different traumatic experiences in their life that like you have to talk to someone who's a professional and and whatever.
Damn.
I think
Personally, I don't think you
as
need therapy.
Christians. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, personally, for me, I don't think you need therapy.
why?
Or if you're a Christian, or if you're not a Christian, if you have a relationship with God.
I think it just depends on where your faith is at.
Yeah.
I think it
Yes.
also depends on the person. though.
yeah.
Yes,
think it
I
depends
do
on the
think that.
person.
Yes, I
And,
agree with that.
Like
It
if your
depends on where
faith is
at.
strong, yeah. But
Yes.
if your faith isn't like that, then go to therapy. You know what I'm saying? Go talk to somebody. Essentially,
Mhm.
nothing is bad. Essentially, so nothing in the world is bad. But essentially, it's still somewhat good because you're opening up
Mhm.
and you're still talking and it's still setting something free. So in that sense, it's good. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes they start telling you like, oh, it could be this, could be that,
Yeah,
and
now
that
you're
can be
labeling.
dangerous because now they're putting stuff into your head.
Mhm.
And it's no longer like, so it depends where your faith is at.
So-
Essentially,
Because it's true. Because your mind is strong, bro.
Yeah.
Your mind is
Yeah.
strong. They do
Yeah.
a lot of like tests about.
like if I
telling
tell you
you
right now that
something.
there's a pink elephant right there, what are you seeing in your head?
Pink elephant, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah, the mind is
No,
strong,
but-
bro.
It's because
really
whatever
is strong.
it's because it's strong.
So, okay.
I don't know
So-
where I heard this from, but there's some person who was like, who had a whole disease inside of them, bro, for a long time. They became like a boxer, everything like that. And some other person had the exact same disease, but that person was told that they had the disease, and the other person wasn't told. And he went his whole life perfectly good until they told him that he had that. That's when he started feeling all the symptoms of that disease that he had, bro.
Oh, and that actually
Yeah,
does happen.
That's how
There's-
strong. That's how strong the mind
So-
is, bro.
It's trippy, man.
So I
Yeah.
know there is again. There's a certain type of thing with mental illness that when people do have, say, like let's say like I'm bipolar, and clearly they're not. they keep saying that to a point where their mind is so strong that it
They
does.
become bipolar.
It confuses them
become-
to think
exactly.
that they're bipolar.
Yeah, but again, I have some Bible verses because this is something that we talked about like 3 weeks ago, and we just
Yeah.
got lost in like
Yeah.
conversation.
That's awesome
Yeah.
that he
We
brought
got
it up
lost
though,
in the
because it's
sauce.
like,
Yeah.
you see what I mean? That other people think the same way. Like,
Yeah,
when one person
It's
has a
different
question,
perspectives.
yeah,
different
other people think it the same way, or other people have the same question. That's why it's important to talk about. Ooh,
So yeah, man. No,
Let's get into it. Let's get
I'm
it.
happy.
Let's get
I'm
it.
happy to hear that. But again, what do you guys think about? Because I have a couple of verses that back up there. At least in my opinion, that back up therapy.
Spit 'em out.
So Proverbs 15:22 says, "Plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors they succeed." Now they do have also Proverbs 11:14 that says, "For lack of guidance, a nation falls, but victory is won through many advisors." So again, I personally take that as counseling, because advisors are, again, a counselor or a therapy isn't telling you what to do. It's never telling you what to do. It's just telling you, like he said, a professional that does study. You know, it's like saying, I know, I might know a little bit about guns, but I'm not a damn bloody professional.
Yeah.
Someone that knows, you go to a professional, they'll tell you, okay, this is what you want, this is what, beginner, whatever, rah, this, rah, that, right?
Wouldn't you think God is the professional?
True, but I mean,
Because he built us?
no, he is the professional. But okay, would you go to someone that is barely starting their theology degree, or would you go to someone that already has that's already like a well-seasoned pastor?
I
would
think
go
that
to a
depends.
well-seasoned pastor,
So-
but at the same time, that's what I'm saying. Like, why would I go to a guy who has a degree, but God who designed me, who built me, who knows everything?
So do you think that you know more than the person that has
Not that I know more, but I know God knows
Yes.
more.
There's
Okay.
also
Not that
there's,
I know more,
I think
but God knows
so.
more.
I think so. Yes. You want to know why? Because the therapist could be telling me something, but you know what he doesn't know? I could be having a vision right here, and I can see what that person is doing. So I could end up having more than him. I can see what's in his head, and I can see if that dude is lying to me. There's a way to capture it. I won't get into that, but there's a secret to how to know in the spiritual realm, how to know when someone's lying to you instantly, or how someone's BSing you. So technically, in other essence, I could know more than that person, depending on my faith. I think it all depends on the faith and who you are as a person. Because like advisors, for me in the military, those are different people that had no strategies, people that know, you know what I'm saying, ways to move. I personally do go to the little one. I've always been that a great leader goes to the youngest one, goes to the little one. But just because he's the youngest one doesn't mean he doesn't know more than me. Because he can have something and that's just something that the military implemented on me, that, oh, hey, just because he's not a sergeant and I am, doesn't mean that I'm better than him. He can have something, a bright idea that can save the world, for lack of better words.
Yeah.
And I would go to him, as opposed to a first sergeant that knows everything and has been to war 5 times. You know what I'm saying? I think it all depends on the person and the faith, because and if you're going to therapy, we're not saying this, I'm not gonna sit here and say it's bad. Do your thing,
These
go
are
talk to
subjective
somebody.
thoughts, subjective thoughts.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it's that. But I mean,
I think to say too, you don't know, who God is gonna put in front of you to manifest something in you, or to help you with a certain problem. It doesn't always have to be a senior pastor. It doesn't always have to be someone who's been in the world forever.
Facts. That's facts.
It's like you going down the street. You know what I mean? As
That's
you're going
facts.
down the street, you feel God will talk to Josh, right? Just be like, hey, go talk to that person. I want you to tell him God bless you, or just do something, right?
And that person doesn't even
And
know.
that person will
okay, that's a
immediately
good
just
example,
start
dude.
breaking down,
That's a good example.
and you're
Bro,
like, what?
yeah.
Bro,
Right.
that's-
I see you, bro.
No, you know what I'm saying, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
bro. Oh, I was on.
corruption in the mind is very dangerous. That's the same thing that happened to John the Baptist. It was the wife that was corrupting the husband. The husband didn't want to kill him, but it was the wife that was getting into his head, and they ended up killing him.
Jezebel.
Yeah. So it's the mind is a very dangerous thing.
Even Hobbes' wife.
Oh, I thought you said hose. I was like, what?
Let me get into your mind too. Let me get in your mind too.
This is a Christian channel.
But Hobbes' wife, where she said,
Yeah.
maldícelo al Dios for what he has done to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll do that. Hey, but it's facts though. He can send you anybody. It's funny because I was on Instagram the other day, bro, and there's this guy who he made a reel that one day he went to a Subway, not Subway to eat, but like Subway on the
Yeah,
tracks.
no,
bro.
I got you.
Yeah,
I
Subway,
got you.
like a
Pretty
train.
long right
Hey,
now.
you better
train.
pay a Subway.
Nah, it was
Shout out Subway, sponsor us.
Yeah.
Dude,
it was on a
Keep,
train, bro. It was on a train, and it was already like 12:30 in the morning, bro. Like nighttime morning.
Yeah.
And there was a guy like at the very edge, bro, and he was like with the hoodie on, everything, bro, like all sketched out.
Yeah.
And God told him, go talk to him. Bro, that dude didn't want to. And he told God, right, I'm going to put my songs on shuffle. If this song comes up, he didn't say the name, but he said it, he thought about it. If the song comes up, I will go do it. It came up, bro. That exact song that he wanted. It
crazy,
came up.
bro.
He went
Don't
to
play
go,
with God, man.
Yeah, don't play with
Oh,
him,
there-
bro.
play with God,
He
man.
went to
No,
go.
there's a lot of stories like that, bro.
Yeah.
So, oh wait.
He
so,
went to go talk to him, bro, and that guy told him, like, if you wouldn't have came to me and told me those exact words, that God loves me, I would have shot you in your face right now.
God,
And he told him,
golly,
because he had a gun
bro.
with him, and that guy told him, and you know what, bro? Like, this train that just got here right now, the one that dude was going to get on, he's like, I was about to jump in front of this train. Yeah. So he's like, bro,
See what I'm
that's
saying?
why-
Like,
that's, and he was saying, like, don't ever disobey God, because you could be the answered prayer to somebody.
right.
Okay,
right.
so I now
It's
have another
crazy.
question. Do you think that saying God, if this is really coming from you, then this da 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 da. Like for example that. Do you think that that's okay to do? And before you guys give you guys your answer, is because isn't that you like tempting God? Isn't it you saying that like, hey God, if this is going based off like what you said, like like God, like let's say
Asking for a sign? Is that
like,
what you mean?
like
Kind of is?
asking a sign, but saying like, okay God, if this is you, then let the breeze blow right now. Would you say that you're basing off but God's power based off probability? Or would you say that that is also tempting God? Because
Personally, for me, I don't think so, because people still, when they get something from God, they still ask for a confirmation, and a confirmation can come from someone else. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Is that kind of what you're trying to say, or no? Because
Yeah,
that's
but-
how I think. Like you can always ask for a confirmation that can come
But-
from somebody else, or you can ask for it like out in the open like that.
True, but with that being said, I'm not saying I'm against or for it. I'm just like, because
Yeah.
this is something that I heard a long time ago in the preaching. But is that backed up biblically?
To get confirmation.
Confirmation in a sense like, hey, if something happens, like let this be your will, and boom. Because confirmation it is. But like saying like something like that, like hey, shuffle, or like, because I've done, God knows I've done it. Dude.
But because it depends
Well,
too.
not
Because
necessarily, it's
God
just
wouldn't tell you to
people-
do something that's against
Yeah.
the word.
People have
You know?
questioned
Yeah,
God in
I
that sense. Be
understand
like, why me? Or and I mean, I guess it kind of falls into the same.
Why not you?
I don't see it as bad as questioning. I think that's a very that's an important topic. I don't know if I would get into it because like it's broad. You gotta.
It is a very broad
yeah,
question,
you
'cause-
have to. I personally say it's not bad to be like, hey, if this is you guy, like give me another sign. Like I'm gonna play stuff. I think it's
not so much asking for confirmation, but I think like asking like a seeing God through like signs of like, oh God, if this
Oh
is
no,
you,
I
if
think
God-
it's you could because there's a lot of prophets. There's a lot of prophets, and there's a lot of times where God doesn't say anything, right? And they'll be like, God, like if you're here, I need to know, and you don't have to speak to me, but I just need to know that you're by my side still. And like that one story, and the guy was like, I need to see a deer. Remember that story?
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you see it the next day or no? That same day, like he was like, I need to see a deer. That same day, boom, there was a deer that was right in front of his face because he was in the woods. It was just right there.
It's
There-
almost like confirmation though,
Yeah.
like which I think that's why I don't think it's bad that you're asking God like confirmation, because
Yeah.
how many times have we been in a church service, right, where like everyone goes to the altar, people are deep in prayer, and we had this actually happen at New Life a few weeks ago where
shout out New Life.
shout out New Life,
And Pastor
Uh,
Steve.
Pastor Steve, yeah.
Free merch.
And I don't know who I don't know. I was in prayer, but I was next to Josh actually. We were praying, and I don't know if it was the pastor or someone asked like, where the pastor. I'm gonna say the pastor, but I don't know if it was the pastor, but he had a mic. He said, "I feel like someone here needs to say something," and to me, that's like you're like kind of asking for like confirmation, like the Holy is the Holy Spirit here, because like I feel like someone needs to say something. a minute passed
I can
by.
see that. Yeah.
The person was kind of hesitant, and then just like shouted out what God was like saying to the congregation up front.
Whoa.
Which I thought was like, well, that's powerful, right?
Yeah. No, it
Yeah.
is.
And I know it doesn't kind of correlate a little bit.
No,
to
no,
that
no,
way,
it does, it does.
But it's that confirmation, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
is God here right now?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that wouldn't have happened if people in the altar at the moment, or in the moment, were maybe in their minds like questioning, like, is God here? You know what I mean? Because in that moment, something told the pastor or whoever had the mic, like, someone here needs to say something.
Yeah.
Boom, it happened.
Yeah.
And I think in that moment, because even I felt it, I was like, whoa, like that was
Something
gnarly.
deep, deeper.
Yeah. Because even though I was in prayer and we were feeling it,
Mhm.
like we could feel the spirit there. To just hear someone randomly say something after this person just announced something to everybody, it's like, what are the chances of that kind of happening? Like,
Because
you know
maybe
what
that
I mean?
person was thinking, like, I don't know if I
like
should say
that's
this
just
or not.
the
And then
rarity
pastor
of that.
says
It's like,
All
what?
right. So now this raises at least my question is, okay, outside of church, what if you say, does that raise the question that the devil can also do the same? Because again, it does fall under the pretense of like, okay, he's a not a temptress, sorry, he's a trickster, and if you say God, let's say like
When you're when you're spiritually strong, when you're at a higher spiritual level, which everyone should want to strive for, you should never want to get comfortable. When you're at a spiritual level already, you'll know when it's the enemy and when it's not. You'll know. There's no way that you will not know when it is the enemy talking to you and when it's God talking to you.
But Job didn't know.
Joe? What do you mean, Joe? Job knew.
No, he didn't. He said, well, no, because remember he was.
Oh
asking,
no, but the bad things were happening to him, but they weren't talking to him. Like he knew when he knew what his wife was saying was from not from God.
That's true.
Like once you grow at a spiritual level, you know when the thoughts that are coming to your head are good and are bad. You'll know.
Yeah.
You'll know instantly. At a spiritual level, you will know. There's no way you can fool the Holy Spirit. Like the Holy Spirit is powerful. Like there's just no way.
That's what right now I was saying.
If
God they wouldn't send you to do something that is against the word. So if it's against the
agree with
word,
that.
automatically that's not God.
And
Like,
before-
automatically.
And before
No, you're right.
before I get into like my next question too, to get back to on the vulnerable stuff too.
Oh yeah.
I wanted
Went on a
to.
full on
totally
tangent.
went.
No,
We went on a full on tangent,
It was
bro.
good. It was good. I want to say, I think confirmation is okay because that one guy, the disciple, did the same thing when he was under the fig tree. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
He was
Oh,
like,
snap.
hello,
Yeah.
like,
Show
hello.
To me.
You know what I'm saying? He was like, for lack of better words, like, I need signs. Hey, in the show, it also, I'm going to say like in the show, but it's biblical. Like, do not turn your face from me. Like, hello, like, let me see you. And God, when he approached him, like,
He told him,
when he got him as his disciple, he was like, hey,
I saw you.
I saw you.
Tree.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
here, bro. I'm
Like I
here.
saw you. Like that was his confirmation. Like it's you can do that with God and have confirmations. Obviously, once you go at a spiritual level, it'll become to where like you're already just like
Instantly.
on it,
Yeah.
But as you're growing and stuff, like you can ask for confirmations. Like, hey, you know what? If this is you, let me do this. But I want to ask you guys a question.
What's up?
Hope you guys are ready.
No, bro, that was good. That was good.
Ask it away, bro.
Because I mean, it kind of falls into the thing. Because we all have all these questions, you know what I'm saying, and clearly, we all know certain things, and we all learn differently. So I wanted to ask you guys, if God was here right now, what would you tell him? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is something you would ask? What is something you would tell him to change? What is something you would tell him? I know we would all say like, "Oh man, Jesus, I love you." You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we'll throw our feet. But deep inside you, what is it something that you pray for? What is something that you go to therapy for? What is something that you wish if God was here, you'd be like, "Hey God, listen, I just need you to take this away from me." Like, what would you tell him?
That's a good question, man.
Yeah,
I would just ask him to fill me with just love and peace.
love and peace.
Yeah.
Why is that though? Why love and peace?
Because peace overrides everything. You can be going through the worst circumstance in the world and still be at peace.
So what are some
be
worst
good.
stuff that you're going through that you need peace?
That I need peace.
Yeah. Because if you want it,
When
if he
comes
was
to
here and
any
you're asking him,
emotional pain,
yeah, it means because you need it, because you want it, because there's
Yes.
something going on that you need that peace. So that's why you would ask for that.
yes, it's like emotional pain, because it's like I was saying earlier. It's a pain that can be very extravagant. That is deep inside. It's not something you can just throw a band-aid on.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's a lot deeper, I would just ask for that peace and love, especially love, because damn, you know, it just hit me. I want other things too now. Damn, because I would also tell
It's like a genie in the bottle, bro.
If not, I'd be like, give me your eyes.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'll
God's
tell
gonna
him,
be too
give me
late,
your
bro.
eyes so I can see the
Too late,
world
bro.
how you see us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, I might just change it up, man. Give me your eyes so I can see the way
well, that's
you
why
see
you.
us.
Well, that's why you gotta be
world.
vulnerable, dude. Like that's what you
Yes.
gotta be. What is something you wake up and you're just like, I can't do this no more. Or you're waking up or you go to sleep and you're praying about that every single day, and you're just like, dude, like, I just can't no more. You know what I'm saying? Or you're going through something. Maybe it's your, for example, maybe it's you're an alcoholic or something. You're just like, I can't no more. You know, I can't continue to drink, but I can't seem to break it. And some people would be like, if God was here, I would say, God, take me away from this alcohol. You know what I'm saying? What about you, Salan? Like, what?
I think it would be like dude, this is a deeper question because I think I think Josh has raised a pretty good point in the sense of in order for you to really ask the questions that you seek, you have to be 100% vulnerable. And I think those are the questions because anybody can ask for what is the quickest way to make like $1 million or stuff like that, or like how can I like stuff like that. I don't know because again, in the Bible, I forgot who was it. It was Solomon who. God
Yeah,
said,
when he asked for wisdom.
God's like, hey man, I'll give you whatever you want, bro.
Yeah.
Ask and I'll give it to you. And he's like, wisdom. And God's like, damn, all right, dude,
Hey,
because
that
I'll
wouldn't be
give
so
you
bad.
money and that, bro.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be so bad, bro.
No, for real. And I think it's easy to say like all those things.
Mhm.
And that's not me diluting it, but I think I would ask, why is it that we feel so unfulfilled?
Damn.
Ooh.
For like,
Damn, bro.
and yeah, dude.
That was good.
Yeah, dude. And,
Yo, hit the thing.
Hey, bro, that was good,
He
bro.
cocked it back. On that.
He went all out. He did a whole lot on that one. Why do we feel
why do we feel so unfulfilled, man? I think that.
Ooh, so let me ask you. Do you feel right now, like maybe not in this moment, but do you think or do you feel unfulfilled, like at where you're at right now
So
in this age?
I think to elaborate a little bit more, I think it's, and I think we all do. We all wake up at 3 a.m. feeling like, man, I'm gonna be motivated because I feel so fulfilled in life. You start doing push-ups, you start doing all these things. But I think the way it works, at least for me, is that you might be really good spiritually, but you might be lacking a little bit more emotionally in your relationships with your family, your friendships, your relationships, whatever the situation is. Or if you're doing really good with your relationships, you're lacking a little bit in your spirituality, or you're lacking a little bit more in your finance. And there's always that unfulfillment, and I think that man, I what was your question again? I'm so sorry.
Oh,
No. I'm sorry.
Nah, you're getting deep into it, bro. It's good.
dang, what was it?
What would he ask God? What would we ask him if he was here?
No, I asked him something else before that. Like,
Do
like,
you feel unfulfilled
do
right
you
now?
feel unfulfilled right now? Is there something that you feel like?
Kind of like you. I think you were asking him like what makes you unfulfilled.
Yeah, I
Like,
think that's-
what right
that's what I
now?
was
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to expose myself if he wasn't asking,
Hey, man, we gotta be vulnerable.
No, but
Vulnerable.
yeah, man. If there's something I feel unfulfilled right now, I think it would just be like spiritually, I think I'm doing good. I think you could always be greater. You could always be more, right? What's that commercial where Kanye and Kobe, rest in peace, where he's like, he's,
greater.
yeah,
Like,
greater.
I'm already great. Greater.
I already have platinum. Greater.
He's like, what the frick does that mean, Kobe? Can you be the same beast and the monster at the same time? It's like, what the frick does that mean? Yeah, I feel maybe that's something God would say. Like, well, what the heck does
I don't know what that means, but it makes people provocative. Turn on that song. Jeez.
But yeah, man, I think spiritually, I think what would be, and when I say enough, it's not me saying like give a certain portion and be like, oh, okay, I'm done. No, I just mean like, I just think fulfillment, like, I would like to feel fulfilled spiritually. And I was actually talking about Fatima with this today before we came here, is that I just want to be able, wherever I step, I know who I am,
Okay.
and I think that's something that, and I don't know about men or people outside, but I know there's certain times in my life where I step and I'm like, dude, I don't know what I'm doing.
So would you say it's just a lack of purpose
Lack
of
of
who you are?
It's not so much purpose, but well, actually, it could
Because-
be part of purpose.
Or identity,
Yeah,
I
our
guess.
identity, because like, not really to cut you off, but it's like,
No.
personally for me, I know my identity. I know what I'm going to be, and I know what my purpose is, and I've held on to that, bro. So it's like, to me, I feel fulfilled knowing that anywhere I go, bro, like I already know what I'm gonna be in the future. I don't need anybody's approval. I don't care about other people's how they think of me, what they need to say about me. That's why I'm very like, when it comes to judgment, I don't care, bro. So it's like,
True.
you know, like, could it be that a lack of purpose or
Mm-hmm.
not understanding your purpose or your identity? Like,
Maybe it's accepting it. I don't know, but Moses went
point.
through the same thing.
that's good too.
Moses went through the whole situation where he maybe didn't want to accept it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why he went 40 years and like when he left and came back. But that's a whole theological lesson. But yeah, man, I think maybe it's just accepting it. Maybe it's something I don't know. Because again, you're always gonna see hurt in the world, and I think individually we can all do something. We do something without people knowing.
Yeah.
But I think
That's true.
to be settled down and to fight a certain war or to fight to help a certain community and really devote your time to it, it's just to pick where. I think that might be me, and it's just like, does he want me here? Does he want me there? And not to have so restless feet, because
Okay.
I think I come from a family where ayudan mucho, they help a lot,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, maybe I got big shoes to fill.
Mm.
Dude, maybe it's the thought of like, maybe I don't gotta fill any shoes. I just gotta walk your own path. That's a trip.
Yeah, I mean, why do you
See-
think they say the path is narrow, man? It's just only you.
Yeah,
It's
no.
literally only you, and
That's
God's
a-
a spirit.
it's a hard
He's not
road.
God's a spirit. He's not a human. So it's
Yeah.
like, it's
Sounds
just you and
like
him.
sounds like there's a good amount of stuff, that are like, it's like scrambled up, but it's there. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it becomes an egg, but it's scrambled up. And I feel like there's like little parts, like, all over the place that, you want. I feel like it falls under identity. But I mean, I'm glad you opened up. I'm glad you said that. I'm also gonna pass it.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
What about you?
So for me, like if I could, it would just be, how do I explain this without sounding sort of what I feel everyone his goal is with like Christianity, but how do I meet his expectations of like being who I was set to be?
Oh,
Does that make sense?
Yeah, like you're.
It's kind of along the same lines of like vulnerability a little bit. Or that's what you had mentioned, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, I know. I'm sorry. Why are we so
Unfulfilled.
unfulfilled? Sorry, unfulfilled.
Mhm.
To me, it was just more of asking him, like, sort of, let me stay on this path and know that, like, regardless of like what the world is throwing at me, what's going on in my life, like my faith. And I know that kind of comes with like, doing and stuff, but just to sort of live like a disciple from the Bible. Like, it's
Yeah.
just like be in prayer all the time. Like, how can I make a difference in this world?
Yeah.
How
How can you enrich a relationship
like-
with him?
is my purpose here to, if I was just to dig like very, very deep into like my Christian faith,
Mm-hmm.
is it going to make an impact in the world? Like, am I going to make a difference in this world? Because
Mhm.
ultimately, I mean, like, to me, that would be the ultimate goal, right? Like, as someone who's a believer, is just, how can I save people? How can I bring people with me?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously not like forcefully or anything like that, but
Mhm.
through my teachings of like, what I'm learning and what I'm walking through, like, how can I get people to hop on the boat,
Mhm.
so that their
Let me drive
life,
the
so that
boat.
their
Let me
life,
drive the
yeah,
boat.
so that their
Let
life.
me drive the
Drive the
boat.
boat. My
Yeah.
turn.
Which
Wait, no,
I-
but
which I
I
guess-
think
that's
he's
a
right.
good
I think
point,
he's
though.
right. I think it's all about accepting it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
because if a lot of people were just told their purpose on the spot, do you think a lot would accept it?
No.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Because it
I
might
don't know.
be that purpose is too big. That
Yeah.
you might think is too big.
Yeah,
You might think that, dang, bro, this is so like, I don't
And-
think I could do it.
Yeah, in my experience too, with like at least and like this with like my teens, like for my church, and this isn't like to bag or anything, but the techniques for my other previous leaders, they were a little bit more like firm-handed or very they would read between the lines, very black and white.
Mm-hmm.
And what helped me at least with my teens was definitely just kind of just being sincere, I one promise I told my teens was I'll never lie to them, And dude, from the very beginning, I haven't. You know, I mean, I don't tell him.
Get in the gym.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, dude. I mean, no girl likes me. I'm like, oh, that's probably when you got to drop the Cheetos, bro. I don't know what to tell you, dude.
Cheetos, drop that damn controller, man. I think
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it because you'll eat it.
I think
from
from what I'm hearing from you guys, I think it's filling those shoes. You know, like we all know we have a purpose in this world. You know, being men of God, we have a purpose, and I feel like you guys all kind of already know what your purpose is. Like you kind of have an idea, but it's like they're big shoes to fill. You know what I'm saying? With everything going on in this world, you know, with all this danger, with all this, you know, bills, with all these struggles, relationship, so much that it's just the shoes are very big to fill. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, from what I'm hearing, you know, it can feel like you're not worthy. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're not worthy to fill those shoes, like we're not worthy to go through that. You know, because we all mess up. You know, it says that we all fall short from the glory of God. And I don't know about you guys, but sometimes like when I fail, man, am I hard on myself? Like, man, do I like? I don't want to say I hate myself, but I like
alive.
You eat yourself alive, and you're just like, wow, again, why? You know, and you're just like, and it just becomes such a like, man, I'm not worthy. You know, you start saying those stuff, and you're just like, God, like I don't even want to ask for forgiveness anymore. I'm tired of it, just always constantly. You know? And they're big shoes to fill, bro. They're big shoes to fill, and sometimes people want to admit it, but sometimes you don't hear anything. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's quiet, and you're just like, wow, like come on, God, like, you know, talk to me.
Dude, that's crazy. I don't mean to interrupt you, bro.
Go for it.
But like, that's one of the things that I'm studying at the moment is that sometimes the reason why we don't listen or we can't hear God's voice or the Holy Spirit moving in us, because the Holy Spirit's already in us. You know, whether we like it or not, the seed is planted.
We're the temple of the Holy Spirit.
Exactly, and one of I don't have my notes, but I have the verses there. But it's pride. Pride is the reason why we don't. And pride. When we think of pride, we think of like, you know, ego. We think of
yeah.
But when you say like we beat each other up or beat ourselves up, sorry, that is ego in itself. That is pride. Pride in the sense that we're not like, no, I'm so bad that I am not good enough for this, you know? And that is one of the main reasons I think and this is one of the things that tripped me out was that the reason why we don't hear something, and it's clearly we're not gonna, maybe we want, I don't know, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but we're not. I don't hear him all the time, but when I especially don't hear him, it's when I'm down in lust, when I'm down in like, you know, I don't know, vulgarness, whatever, and I can't hear God's voice, and I keep saying like, man, I'm not gonna ask you, I'm not gonna say sorry to you, bro, because you don't deserve my filth, you know, you don't deserve me at my state of mind. That in itself, you're shooting yourself in the foot, right? Yeah, and when you hear, let's say God does say something like, hey, go talk to that person or go read this or whatever to benefit you, you're like, nah, dude, I'm not gonna do that.
Disobedience.
You're just and you become prideful. You become like the prodigal son that's like, no, man, I'm gonna take my bag, I'm gonna take my stuff, and I'm out of this jank. You know?
I think you bring a good point, like pride, but I also think it's like doubt. And
sometimes it could just be too that there's situations where like I don't know. Sometimes you're uncomfortable doing like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like you'll get put in situations where you're like, I don't want to do that. Like, you know, and it kind of goes back to what you said, like disobedience.
Yeah.
No.
But it's like, you know, it's so hard to just
accept the challenge.
Yeah,
it's hard to accept the challenge sometimes.
I think that's one thing I've learned is that God will always make you go somewhere where you're uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
he will always do that.
It'll kind of put you in a situation like where you're like,
and that's why I'm gonna say this quote to you guys.
That's why obedience is very important.
Yeah. I'm gonna say two things to you guys. Because it's hard to accept the challenge, but I'm gonna say two things to you guys. I don't know if I say the first one correct. All are called, but only few are. All are chosen, but few are called. Or how does it go?
Many are called, but few are chosen.
Yeah, many and few are chosen. And then Isaiah 6:8, I believe 6:8 says, that's my favorite. It's one of my favorite.
I know which one it is.
Then I heard the voice of the Lord say, who will I send and who will go for me? You know what I'm saying? And I just said, here am I.
Yeah, I
Send
love that
me,
one, bro.
you know,
Like,
so
send
it's
me,
like-
bro, I got this.
And you know,
Little
for
Fury
people,
in
yeah, yes, sir.
Little Fury in there.
Hey,
Hey, shout out Fury.
Hey.
Hey.
and sometimes, bro, sometimes that's how it has to be, man. Where you just have to literally read that verse and just be like, well, if no one's gonna do it, God, like, you know, here am I, like literally send me, you know, like I'll do it. And the shoes are
Facts.
the shoes are very, like, they're hard to fill, but he doesn't call the qualified. You know what I'm saying?
qualifies
He
you.
qualifies the call.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
So
that,
you
but
were
when stopped
always
talking,
going
bro.
to be. So if he calls you, like I saw this from a video too. So I don't want to take credit, but I saw it, and he's like, so if he calls you, you're more than qualified. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I feel like that's why I said doubt. A lot of times doubt goes into our head, and we start thinking, oh, I'm not worthy. I can't do this. You know what I'm saying? It starts creeping in our head, and we start, oh, but I need to do this, but I need to do that. But how? But you know what I'm saying? And we open up this big door of just like excuses, for lack of better words, because of doubt. As opposed to just saying, you know, like Isaiah said, you know, here am I, send me. You know, Isaiah didn't like question. Isaiah didn't.
He didn't know how.
Yeah,
He didn't know what he was gonna send
He
him to do.
went, and I think that's a big important thing that we all need to remember. Although it may be difficult, he will be there. You know what I'm saying? Even though I walk through the shadow, I will feel no evil because God is, you know, He's there with me.
Mhm.
He's there with you. So I do believe that it's doubt, because doubt and faith play hand to hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, they play hand in hand. If you have faith and you believe and you know that you are walking with God, then you are walking with Him, and no evil will rise against you. Like, no evil will prosper amongst you. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, that's just me. You know, I have some stuff that, you know, like for me personally, if God was here, I would tell Him, like, God, make me stronger. You know what I'm saying? There's some shoes that need to be filled, and it's like, God, make me stronger. Prepare me for this journey. You know what I'm saying? This journey, I can see that it's a long journey. I can see that it's a tough journey. Prepare me, Lord. You know what I'm saying? Make me strong, not just physically, emotionally, and spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Because the devil's like a lion, bro. He's ready. He's ready to attack. He's just there creeping
I
up.
was fiending.
Yeah, he's waiting.
fiending.
Especially
man.
now, man. Like
Oh,
in, the
bro.
times
That's
that, in the
insane.
times that we're living in, like it's
Bro,
Dude, well, that's
Because it's
it's
LGBTQ
just-
plus division, all this other stuff.
like,
there's so many things, bro. Like there's so many things that are just like
it's there's like he's saying, there's so much going on in this world, and it's just
yeah, dude. I think it's insane, especially now where we see like an influx of economy or the finances of like
inflation.
We see, you know, this whole country is being ran by companies, by organizations rather than a government, and we see we see streamers getting paid multi-million-dollar like
and get ready,
Dollar.
everybody, because this year is gonna be
crazy
yeah,
AI.
it's gonna get like
crazy. No,
yeah,
AI is
it's gonna
coming
like,
out. I
very
think
very crazy.
10 times stronger than even.
Yeah.
they're coming out with like AI. Relationships are coming out with you know.
I'm glad he said that though.
It's
I'm sorry I
insane.
cut you off. I cut you off. That was so
Yeah, I
rude.
cut
I'm
you
sorry.
off too, bro.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Um,
I was kind of tagging along with what you were saying.
I'm glad that you said that, and this is why I also wanted to talk about vulnerabilities and stuff, because, you know, to help each other out and give advice. Now listen, just because adversity rises and it comes to us, it doesn't mean it's for us. You know what I'm saying? There's a way to, like, for lack of better words, prevent it. You know, we have to keep moving forward. We have to. I know it's difficult with bills, but this is what I mean about faith. You know, sometimes you can tell people, hey, listen, like, imagine if I told you, don't go to work tomorrow.
Bet.
Come to me. Come with me to the mountain. Like, let us have a whole day of prayer. You know what I'm saying? Some people would be like, no, I need to pay bills. You know, how am I going to pay? I have kids. How am I going to do this? A bunch of excuses are to come in. And that's when stuff starts to attack you. That's when the devil's already in. And that's when all the horrible stuff starts to come your way. And it's like,
So we're programmed to think a certain way.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like we're programmed to be like, I have to go to work 9 to 5. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
Like we all have to go to work, but you know, like we live in a society where we're basically just computer chips. Like, you know,
Because it's
it-
doubt.
yeah,
It's doubt and fear.
yeah.
It's
like it's
doubting that God will provide,
Yeah.
and it's fear of
Yeah.
like.
That's
Oh,
yeah,
the
like
outcome of
this
it.
isn't normal.
Yes.
Like, how am I not gonna go to work?
Yeah.
What are you talking?
Yep,
You know, like
it's
it's
a-
just
Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
But once you start realizing your faith was strong, you start doing it, bro. Because listen, I'm gonna let you guys in a little secret right now. Just a little one. I always like throw like a little secret. Your 8-hour work that you do in your day, it is more. How do I say this? All right, how do I say this?
I don't even know what you're gonna say.
Should I say it?
Rip
Yeah,
the band-aid
why
off.
not?
Just say
Me,
it.
do
man,
it.
me
Go home.
praying and me
Meditating.
for 1 hour will get me more than those 8 hours working. I can tell you that right now.
A full shift.
And depending on what your faith is at, it can for you too, because God is the God of the impossible. But many people, we live by eyes that on this earth, you know, we see only with our eyes, and we don't see with our spiritual eye.
We're walking
Well,
by sight.
we live a really like materialistic life too.
Yep.
Like where
Mhm.
we work to obtain these, like the
Mhm.
new car, the new TV, the new
Yeah.
this, the new that. I've met people in my life that, man, like life hit them hard, right? Like they lost everything, but like their faith is just, and they're happy. Like it's, I think it's a mindset.
Peace.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
peace,
it is.
bro.
It is
Tell
kind
you.
of
Well,
peace that like
Peace,
it's that
bro.
peace that like.
Well,
Look,
there's
it
peace.
might not be good right now, but
Yeah.
I know it's gonna get better eventually.
Mhm.
But you also have to be that kind of individual to not give up, right? Like you
Mm.
gotta keep pushing. You
Persistence.
gotta, persistence pays off.
And
100%, like-
and that's a big thing you said, because peace is important. You know what I'm saying? And that happens when people lose everything. But, bruh, there's greats out there. There are people that are big on God right now that literally go into a dealership and say, "Hey, I'm not gonna say who."
Mm.
Walk in, and this is his testimony too. Walks in, pulls out a pamphlet, said, "I want this car, I want like this, I did this," and the guy said, "Okay, it'll be ready in 15 days." Guy had no money to pay it, and he said, "I bet." He left and he started manifesting it. He started meditating on it. When those 15 days came, he walked in with a bag of money. Boom, paid it. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
How did he do it? It's because his
That's
faith
crazy.
was
Jesus
powerful.
Christ.
His manifestation. Oh yeah, I had this one too.
Jesus Christ.
That's how he did it, man. His manifestation,
God.
his manifestation, and it was powerful. That's
Nah,
why
dude,
it's
that's
because we
facts.
see with our eyes, you know, like we were talking yesterday in Bible study. We see zero in our bank account, but what we're not seeing is the angels behind the ATM pouring that money. Like, okay, let's do this. You know what I'm saying? We live in this world, materialistic world,
Yeah.
where we were taught a certain way, and there are certain secrets that just advance you from that. And
We
I
also-
mean, but
we
with
also
that comes
focus-
responsibility too. You know what I'm saying? There's some responsibilities. You have to work for that. And the Bible says you have to work, or whoever doesn't work doesn't eat. But a lot of people get that confused, like and they think literally work as in physical. It has to be spiritual,
Mm-hmm.
because if you work spiritually and you're finding these secrets, God's gonna be like, "Hey, man, like here,
You'll be prosperous here
yeah,
on earth like
you'll
that.
be prosperous.
Yeah.
You'll be prosperous. You'll be prosperous." You know what I'm saying? What took one person a year can take you a month, only because you know what I'm saying, we're searching and we're working spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Like
Damn.
moving forward.
You know what's crazy, bro? Someone's gonna doubt that story.
Yeah,
Someone's
people
I
will
know they're
doubt.
gonna
People will doubt
that
it.
story,
Yeah,
boys. Mommy,
people
bro,
will.
it cracks
People
me
will
up, bro.
doubt it.
Like, yeah.
But I mean, that's
Put in
just
limitations on my God, bro.
there is no.
Doubters.
Well,
There's no limitation.
Something like that happened to my grandmother, but we'll save that story for now.
Come at me, dog. Oh, I stand for
Hey,
you.
a lot of people will doubt it. You know what I'm saying, and that's fine. Like if people want to doubt it, that's why it says the kingdom of heaven is filled with it's violence. People go and snatch the blessings. What you don't believe, and I do, that's cool, man. What was wet for you, I'll snatch it. So I encourage you guys to take it,
I took your
because
blessings, G.
those that don't take it, I'm gonna snatch it. Like I'll snatch your blessing. Yeah, I'll snatch your blessing. If you don't believe it, I'll snatch your blessing, bro. I'll take it, and I'll be like, all right, hey, cool. What was meant for you, I'm gonna take it from me.
You know
then.
what? While I'm at it, I'll take your families too. Oh,
Like you take the blessing.
Take it all, man.
It's an aggressive thing. It's so true. And the moment we start realizing this, we start changing, because, bro, I don't know about you guys. Life is heavy, bro. Life is heavy. You know, it's hard. You have so much to feel, not only spiritually but physically. When you become a father, when you become a dad, a husband, when you have a boyfriend, when you have a girlfriend, when you have bills, it becomes heavy. The world is heavy on us.
Yeah, very heavy.
And
And
like,
it picks and chooses when it
Yeah.
wants to land, and it always hits you when you least expect it, and when you don't want it to hit you.
yeah.
It'll hit you.
It sucks. Like, I don't know why life works that way, but
I know why.
it just does. You know.
It happens like that because we manifest it like that. Because our fears become, when you see a shadow, what do? Oh my God, it was a demon right away. Nah, fam, you gotta change your mentality. You see a shadow, oh man, an angel was there with me. It says in
Facts,
hope. It
bro.
says in hope. My biggest
I
fears.
never even thought of it like that.
Hey, nah, it's facts, bro.
It says,
Hey,
dude,
Hey, I'm like,
that's
I
so,
see a shadow. That's
bro.
an angel.
Hey, bro.
That's so facts,
and
bro.
once you say it's a demon and you're getting scared, now you're manifesting that demon's gonna be. I guarantee you that night you probably gonna see a demon.
Bro,
But
that's
listen,
so
it says in hope.
facts.
In hope, it says I don't know where exactly. And I'll find it to you guys if you guys want it. It says my biggest fears came to life.
Bro.
His biggest fears came to life. What he lost, he feared the most. When you hasn't like you fear something, like I don't want athlete's foot, and you take care of yourself, and I don't know where you get athlete's foot, or I don't want this, and you're like I don't want to get fat, and I don't know where you get fat. Like they're little fears that you manifest, and we have been prone to do that. I don't want to do that, man, because what if I lose my job? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I saw a shadow. It was a demon. Nah, fam, I saw a shadow. That's an angel. An angel's guarding me.
Damn,
You know?
bro.
And what did you do there? You brought something to life. Boom. That night you see an angel. You're just like, dang, there's an angel, a real angel. You know what I'm saying?
See, I don't know. That,
Hey,
to me though,
yo.
like that's a mindset though. Like that's
It
you know what I
is-
mean? Because
yeah.
not everybody thinks like
It
Josh
is a
does.
mindset.
But
Yeah,
you
it's
have to
because, like-
shift. You have to shift to
Because what
that
if you
mindset.
what if you feel like a bad energy? You know, like you see the shadow and you're like you just get this weird cringy feel, but in your mind you're like, oh, that's an angel, but you don't feel good about it, like the energy that's coming off of
if
it.
you start saying like,
You know
oh,
what
it's
I
an
mean?
angel,
You got to speak life into
yeah,
it.
you have to speak life into it. If
Yeah.
you start saying it's an angel, God's gonna come with a fiery sword. He's gonna give a fiery sword to those angels, and whoosh,
Yeah.
you're gonna see how like that
I
changes.
see where you're going with it.
Because
All that stuff changes.
Look, like just imagine this, bro. You're walking out that hallway right there, and it feels creepy. But then
Yeah.
you say it's an angel. By the time you walk out that door, you feel all excited and good, bro. Like, damn,
Yeah.
I got an angel guarding
I
me
gotta
right
change
now.
my mindset.
Well, yeah, cause
Yeah,
and
bro.
once-
Facts,
and
bro.
once-
It's hard for me to
it's-
think like that. Like,
but it's a
I don't know
mindset. It's a
why.
mindset
It
that
is,
needs to
bro.
be worked because we've grown up thinking certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you that
Very
example.
fearful.
For example, when you throw a baby in the water, it flips. It doesn't stretch. It flips. It knows what to do. How? If it's a baby, it flips and it starts breathing. But the moment it becomes like 6 years old or 7, it doesn't float anymore because you've engraved that. Oh, you can drown.
Yep.
That this can happen. So it no longer knows how to float. The world got into his head. It's the same way with us. We let the world get into our head and we see things. Automatically, we go for the bad stuff. Your mom texts you or your dad texts you. Oh, what happened? Did they get in a car accident? Boom! You brought something. Your worst fear, you brought it to life. As opposed to, oh, they're calling me. He probably has a gift for me. You know, you start changing the way you think.
Bro.
All of that, your
My boy
biggest.
just
I
dropped
hope
his
you guys
own-
are
biggest
thinking this, bro. I
your
ain't even gonna
biggest
lie.
fears-
He dropped
listen,
a bomb, bro.
your
I ain't even gonna
biggest
lie. I hope
fears
you guys
will come
We're
to
all
life.
quiet right now. Like, just
If it's one thing I can guarantee you,
facts,
if I can
bro.
promise you,
hey, I'll see. Hey, I'm out. You can do the podcast. You got it. Hey, you got it. You got it. You
Nah,
got
bro.
it.
hey,
This is
listen,
so
listen,
facts,
because
bro.
we're
I
about to end.
hope people took this, bro.
Dude,
This is-
I hope you guys
bomb.
take
I
it
ain't gonna
because
lie,
some of
bro.
them probably already
It's true.
experienced it. Some of them are, your biggest fear already came to life.
Yeah.
Your biggest. Why do you think in science they say when you wake up on what is it called when you can't move?
Sleep paralysis.
Sleep paralysis. Why do you think scientists say, "Oh, your biggest fear comes to life," dude? Even science is saying something like that on a different term. I'm pretty sure some of you already experienced it, but your biggest fear will come to life. I guarantee you, it will come to life if you keep thinking that way. But once you start shifting your mindset to a different way, be like, "Oh man, today I saw an angel," even if you didn't see it. That great guy that I told you, he's like, dude. Sometimes I say like, "Oh, I'm at someone's house," you know, like, and he's not, and he doesn't see anything. But then the moment he says that, I'm in someone's house. Boom! God drops him in that house.
Have you?
Literally.
Side note. Have you guys heard when people have the sleep paralysis? Supposedly they say that
They see
you're getting
demons?
like you're getting demon
Yeah.
you're getting attacked by a
Yeah.
demon because I
seen a lot
forgot
of
where
those,
I've
bro.
seen it, but I've seen a few of
TikTok.
you know like
Yeah, it
YouTubers.
happens.
and
Very
stuff.
common.
TikTok,
Very
bro.
common.
You can't say like it's like hard for you to like say Jesus like in
That's
those
in your head.
moments.
You have to say it in your head. Yeah.
Yeah,
It-
like
it's
you,
like a-
it's like
it's a head.
you're
it's like
frozen.
you're
Yeah.
struggling.
Dude, that's insane.
Yeah, no,
way.
bro.
Yeah.
That is
Your
so
mom's had
true.
it. I've heard her story. too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
my
Yeah,
mom
my
has
mom
that
had it
too.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Hold on,
I
hold on.
I
big
just
ass
saw
jaguar,
this like
like a
2-3
big ass
days ago, and I was
jaguar,
like, no
something like
way,
that.
like that's a real
Yeah.
thing. I didn't know it was a
Yeah,
real
bro,
thing. I
it's
thought it
real.
was just
It's real.
me.
Science
But
No,
is
I-
called sleep paralysis, but yeah, you're frozen
Yeah,
and you
bro.
can't move, and then you start seeing like demons like creeping out.
It's crazy, bro.
like-
yeah,
It's vicious, bro.
No way, dude.
Dude, that popped up on my feed like last week, bro. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna look into this, bro. And I clicked the bottom of the where it sends you to like multiple videos of it.
yeah.
Bro, I was thinking so hard on the whole manifestation, this whole meditation, and everything. I was like, bro, I'm gonna get the hell out of this page, bro. Because if I start meditating on what I'm seeing right now and I knock out right now,
no
bro,
cap. I saw the video and I didn't want to keep digging because I was like,
bro.
oh, this is gonna freak me out. Like I'm good.
Yeah, bro.
I'm gonna stay away from this one.
It's so real, bro. But hey, bro, that's the craziest form of manifestation, bro. That's real manifestation. Not how these other people try to say, oh, think of the universe. Like,
I'm telling you, man, your biggest fear will come to life. Business people be like, oh, I don't want to lose my business. And guess what happens? They lose their business. It's all in your head, dude. Like, and the moment you start switching your mentality, because it is a mentality thing, spiritually as well, like, you know, hand in hand. Once you start switching it, your mind starts to change and you start seeing things differently. You're like, oh, I see angels. Even if you don't see them, I see angels. I guarantee you, probably like in the next 20 minutes or possibly even less, boom, you're going to start seeing angels. Like, your mentality starts to change. That's why, like I said before, a lot of Christians are broke for that same reason. Because we always go to sleep like, oh, how are we going to pay? How are we going to do this? How are we going to do that? And wealthy people, it's so sad how wealthy and rich people know the secrets of God and godly people don't know the secrets of God. That's why wealthy people are so rich, because they woke up manifesting already like, yeah, today's my day. Today I'm winning this company. They're in the mirror like practicing their speech. They're like, yeah, I'm getting it today. They start manifesting it. Their mind changes. They're no longer thinking about the fear like, oh, what if I don't get it? They're in there like, I'm going to get it. If you look at the billionaires, they'll tell you how they, and that's exactly how they started doing it in that sense of it, in that way.
Even when they lose, they win.
Yeah, and it's because they're manifesting.
That's how they think. Like it's
because they're winning an experience out of it. They're winning what not to do the next time. So it's still a form of winning. Yeah, they look at the dub and the lesson and losing instead of just looking at the loss.
Yeah, so
it's amazing.
It's important to change that. It's important to change that mentality, dude. It's a very, very important thing. Like I said,
it is,
because this world, like I said, it's heavy, and the more we are negative, the more we bring things down, the more it's gonna happen to us. The more it's gonna happen. If you say you ain't getting that job and you're thinking like that, you're not gonna get that job. I promise you're not gonna get that job. If you're saying that I'm gonna get sick and you're buying medicine for like December, you're buying a whole bunch of, you're gonna get sick on December. I promise you will get sick in December. But when you start changing your mentality, and you start bringing life into it, world gets a little bit easier. You start getting peace. You start getting joy. You start getting laughter in the midst of all that, because it became a habit of you saying, I see angels. It became a habit of you saying, oh, today's a good day. That even when it's not going a good day, you're like, oh, today's a good day. And you're right here peacefully with real joy, because you already practiced it. You already taught your soul how to do it. And it's just, all right, cool. You know, it's a motion of the ocean.
That's like, imagine if you put two people in a haunted house, bro. One person believes in ghosts and the other one doesn't. Bro, the other one will hear a creak or anything, bro. He'll be like, oh, bro, this is nothing, bro. The other person will be scared, bro. Yeah. Damn, bro, they be cagándose full of good. Hey, I mean, mama,
it's yours, bro. I tell you,
no, but
it's
facts.
all in the mind, bro.
It is.
It's in the mind.
How do you guys train
crazy.
your minds?
How do we train our minds?
Quick question.
How do you train your mind?
Like, I mean, I know it's like it's a dumb question. Not a dumb question, but like, how do you have like a, like, do you do a specific thing throughout your day? Do you guys like, do you read books? Like, do you just like
I read the Bible?
tell yourself,
that's the best book in the world.
That's true.
It's got plenty of books.
The same way. What do you do when you go to school?
Because everybody's different with it, you know. Like,
what do you do when you go to school? And you're trying to learn mathematics. You get the book. You go to tutors. You go to stuff. So you start grabbing mentors. You start grabbing other utilities, because wisdom is within the old people. You know what I'm saying? You start getting wisdom. You start learning. You start reading the Bible. You start manifesting. A strong one is meditating. Meditating is very powerful, very, very powerful in the Bible. If you start meditating on the Word, things start to become life. You start seeing your mind change. And it's just as simple as changing the way you talk, because words have power. The moment you step outside, just step outside and be like, today's a good day. Thank you, God, because today's a good day.
Damn, I look good.
You go out and you're like, oh, thank you.
I look good, bro.
Your mind starts changing. And I think science can actually back that up too, like in a sense. Wake up and start practicing positive stuff. Start saying positive stuff. When you kind of want to say something negative, rebuke, be like, no, not for me. And you say the opposite. If you say like, today was going to be in your head like crappy day, no, not for me. Today, God, I thank you because today is a good day. And it sounds crazy because you just started your day, but like, today's a good day. And you start practicing. Even if by any chance there isn't, which it will be a good day, you keep practicing, and it becomes a habit. The same way you have a habit of doubting and not believing, it becomes a habit of saying it, believing it, and you just work your way.
Yeah.
Work your way. And then you start reading the Bible more, you get into it. there's a multiple. And that's how you work out your mindset. That's how you start building your faith. You know what I'm saying?
You have to start your day right on a good foundation.
Honestly,
On a good foundation, bro. Listen to gospel music.
For the beginning, man. Like I think for someone that's just starting, I think Josh brings a good point, dude. I think it's just definitely you have to start with your thoughts. I think there's a slogan or something that says, I forgot, in Florida prison. It says, "Watch your thoughts because they
your thoughts become your actions, and your actions become life." Or
no,
something like that.
says, watch your thoughts because they become your words. Watch your words because they become your actions. Watch your actions because it becomes your destiny. And it's true. It all starts with your thoughts, and it's hard, especially if you have like low self-esteem, if you have doubt, if you have whatever. You know, like Salo said, you wake up and let's say you're like, man, I'm ugly, bro. Nah, dude, don't say that, player.
I'm saying that, man.
Even if you're like, even if you are like the lowest bracket, dude, just like, hey, man, I got a good smile. And rock that smile, dude.
Bro, it's starts something look
You
good.
have to because
bro.
I'm gonna have to. We're gonna have to end it pretty
I
quick.
guess like you kind of hit it, you know, like on the money there, because that's what I was asking. Like the people, you know, the people watching this is just not all of us are on that same path of like, well, how do I evolve myself from that? You know, like you said, self-esteem, right? Like a lot of people, you know, struggle with that. Like,
get deeper with God.
I don't feel good about myself.
No,
like all this stuff.
Yeah.
I would say,
But going off of what he said, yo, wake up,
bro.
tell yourself good things, and just start your day out like that, and just
start positive, and you see
know,
how it's gonna change.
Yeah.
Then it's already out. We're gonna have to cut it pretty soon. But one thing I will leave you in: the way you carry yourself, like spiritually with God, the world would notice. They're going to notice.
You're gonna shine bright.
You're gonna shine bright. You're gonna when you start saying positive stuff, you're gonna see how you start shining bright, really, really bright. When Peter denied Jesus, the people were like, "Oh, you're one of them. You talk like him. How is she gonna know he talks like him? He didn't say anything because he was denying him. How did she know? It's because he was filled with grace. He was the Holy Spirit. Like, you know, God was.
He was anointed.
He was anointed, and he was shining. That's how she was able to be like, "You're one of them. You talk like one of them." Homie wasn't even talking. You talk like one of them. How? Because he was anointed. He was shining.
It was a vibe.
Yeah, and then the
It was a
woman-
vibe,
Yeah, it was a vibe.
Yeah, you give me the vibe, dog.
I got the jimmies.
You're kicking it with Jesus.
and bro, and
How
yeah,
far we've come, bro.
like I said, yeah,
for real.
and start with that. Start with being positive.
Yeah.
Start with waking up. Be like, today's a great day. Oh man, today, man, it's gonna be awesome. You start driving, like, wow.
Yo, try it out. Try it out.
Yeah, for
I'm
real.
telling you, bro.
Whoever's
Listen to that gospel
listening to
music
this,
when you're
try it
waking
out.
up, bro.
Try it out.
Yeah, no.
Hey,
Do it for what is it? 21 days and
21 days
Do
is
it
to build a
21
habit.
days.
21
Yeah.
days and it becomes a habit. Whoever's out there watching this, try it out for 21 days. Get back to us.
And throw some
We'll,
push-ups in
we'll
there.
throw, we'll throw in like a little gift card in there.
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
Let's
You're
try
right.
it
Yeah.
I want to
Damn.
see if it happens.
That's
I want to
bad.
see if it
Yeah,
happens.
we'll do it.
Hey, that's good.
Leave your
man.
comments. Yeah.
Hey, nah, bro. For you,
And a
bro,
free
when
Bible.
you go into work, bro, throw on gospel music.
All right.
That's another way.
We're gonna have to cut it because then I won't be able to. I won't be able to download this because it's already too long. Hey, so we're gonna cut it already. I hope you guys saw some vulnerability and you guys were able to, relay and get some advice and just, kind of feel the same with us. But I'll leave you guys with what I always say: God loves you, God cherishes you, God is always with you, and shalom.
Catch you guys later. Bye.